Thanks again for taking the time, by the way. I appreciate it. I know we both have busy schedules, so it was kind of fun, the whole juggling to get us here. But I'll start by having you just, thank you for being here, but just introduce yourselves real quick so we can get that out of the way and then we can jump right into the fun stuff.
Sure. All right, I'll go first. I'm Jade Simon. I'm the owner of Simcore Solutions. We are an IT consulting software development company. We specialize in Microsoft Dynamics and Power Platform development. We've done quite a bit in the federal government space. We reside in Orlando, Florida. Our business is located in Orlando, and our headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right on. Who's that dude?
All right, my name is Jason, and I work with Simcore Solutions. I do business development. My job is to get out, shake hands, build relationships, and try to bring new contacts and new relationships to the table as well.
I heard that was the case. Jade said she was the shy one and you're the one that's out there, but you did say you were trying to get more out there with your speaking and other things. And I'm seeing you out there, so you're doing a great job of it. But how did that develop? Like, when did you start the company, and how did you create the two roles, the kind of this switch, to be frank, in the gender assignment that we've typically seen, where there's the a male tech, a female on the sales side. You've got this flipped. When did you start the business, and how did that come about?
Sure. So I'll give the abbreviated version. Like you mentioned, I'm the introvert, so all my stories, everything I say is usually very direct and to the point, and then Jason may be able to elaborate more on some details and things that I missed. But so I started the company Simcore in 2018, and at the time I was working as a Dynamics developer in the federal government space. I was working for a small minority-owned company, and I really saw a vision working for that individual, and it really kind of gave me a spark of, possibly this is something that I could do. So I started getting other opportunities to work as a contractor. So I was super terrified to go out and work as a contractor because I'm so used to a W-2, full-time job, benefits, all that. So 2018, I decided I'm going to step out. I'm going to take a contract role and we'll see how it goes. That was the best decision I think I've ever made in terms of business, because since that point, it's been nonstop getting work and contracts. So I went from working as a W-2 employee with a salary, a cap on how much I could make, to a contractor working multiple contracts, having so much work that it was really overwhelming and too much, really. But that really gave me the desire and the need to say, hey, I'd like to help other people to get where I am, and experience this, in tech. And so, that's kind of what birthed it. I just said, wow, this is great, and I want to grow this. And of course, I had the support and encouragement of my husband, Jason. The gender roles did flip quite a bit. And I think it's definitely different. It's not what we expected in the beginning of our relationship to be in this point. But I think it's been amazing. It's worked out for our good, and we feel like this is the path that God wants us to be on. Maybe Jason could share a little bit about his background and how he got to this point of being a salesperson working for his wife.
My background, I've always, been a talkative person, love talking, so I was an auto broker, sold cars, did a really good job at it. Where we were located at the time, where we lived in Georgia, in order to be a dealer, you have to have up to an acre of property. Well, I was a broker, which means you worked out of an office. You didn't have the luxury of putting cars and getting the walk and drive by traffic and people stopping by and coming asking about vehicles parked on your lot. So as a broker, you have to really talk. You have to be able to have those relationships in place, know people that's buying cars, really good at marketing, get the internet going, and returning phone calls because they're your leads. So was really good at that, did a great job at that. Then I found out really what my wife did for a living. I wound up just supporting Jade with her career. We got an opportunity. She moved away, started the business, and said, "Hey, why don't you come in and jump in and help me with sales? And you have a really good you have a really good personality. Why don't you jump in and help me build some relationships, get to know these people, shake some hands, and the rest is history."
I love it. And that was 2018. How did you guys fare through the pandemic? Like did that because you just started, so it really kind of got some momentum, and then boom, the pandemic hit. How did that affect your business?
Yeah, it's so funny because the pandemic actually helped us. We were very
Oh, cool.
busy
Yeah, good to
during
hear.
that time. Yeah, a lot of the contracts and work we got were remote opportunities. So we were able to, I really burned the midnight oil a lot because there was so
Mm,
much work and so much that companies needed help with to really
yeah.
uh, get their systems and processes updated and um, ready to go. So it was actually good for us.
Did it affect your pipeline at all, Jason? Like how? Because the obviously like the dev work is easy remote. That I was working for a partner through pandemic, and their business, like you said, wasn't really affected because they were already mostly working remote anyway, even pre-pandemic. That was just their business model. But for a sales, maybe it's a little different because you're usually like you said it a couple of times, shaking hands, and that is something that was verboten for like 3 years. Like get away from me in
Yeah,
that hand.
so I didn't jump into business until 2023.
Okay, right
Yeah,
on.
I didn't team up with her until 2023.
You had to make sure it was legit before you jumped in. It's like, oh, I'll just sit back here and wait for a minute, see where that's going.
Yeah, I was a solopreneur for quite some time. Really
Okay.
didn't realize my potential to grow. And really, I actually was like kind of okay with that initially, just being
Yeah.
myself and having really getting into it for the flexibility and the income potential to be able to make whatever I want, right? But then it got
Yeah.
to a point where I was getting burnt out, and I'm like, okay, this in order to grow, you're going to either have to do more or you're going to have to hire people. And Jason really encouraged me, like, hey, we can turn this into something. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to just be you burning yourself out. And that's when things kind of started to shift and change. I was able to bring additional people on contracts with me, and Jason was able to step in sales once. We were able to get reliable help to help with the kids because for a long time, he didn't mention he was a stay-at-home dad. So
Yeah.
really roles reversed a lot in our relationship. But yeah, so it's really been great for us to be able to work together starting in 2023, and Jason really tapping into his skill set of sales, and it's really helped our business tremendously.
It's fun to have both pillars kind of covered in from a relationship side. So you've got a salesperson, a tech person, and being able to build a business together like that.
Yes.
Are we missing
You
that
can each
one
have
more
your own
person?
lanes. It's kind of nice.
We're missing
I'm
that.
going to step. Pardon.
We're missing that project manager, the third person.
Well, you got kids coming up. You got to just give them a few years, get
There
them
you
trained up
go. I
now.
love it.
Um, Step back a little further if you don't mind, Jade. What got you into tech? Like where did that start for you? I did my homework a little bit. I know you started in Detroit. I'm guessing, Jason, you did not. I'm feeling like you're a southern person. Did you grow up in the South?
For me?
Uh, I think, Jade, you grew up in Detroit from what I heard. Yeah, but Jason sounds. I'm picking up a southern accent there, so I feel like
Oh, really? You could tell?
if
Yeah,
I'm from North, I'm from Virginia, so my parents came from like West. So if I go back to see them, my Southern accent starts to come out a little bit. They got that Andy Griffith style, like North
oh,
Carolina thing
wow.
going on.
Okay, yeah, I'm originally from Louisiana.
Right on.
Yeah,
So Jade,
originally
how did you
from
get started in tech? Like, where was that line for you that you found that as a passion?
Yeah, so I was always interested in STEM, math and science, as a kid, and I would say the love for at that time, back in the day, my dad would say computers, was
Yeah.
when he brought home a computer, like square box looking thing, greenish, yellowish looking, this huge keyboard. And there
Yeah.
was a game on there called Road Runner, and I got on that with a floppy disk. So
I
we put
remember
that
that. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like using this old school mouse and like keyboard presses and stuff. And I loved it. I fell in love with this game. And I'm like, wow, computers are cool. So, that's where that spark came from. My dad was very into things that help you mentally. He was all
Yeah.
about Rubik's cubes, very creative but intellectual at the same time. So he exposed me to that early on. And in high school, I got involved in a lot of STEM organizations. There was a program called DAPSAP, which was related to engineering and helping inner city, children and youth get into STEM fields and learn about them at an early age. So that really
Hmm.
encouraged me to, it piqued the interest. So once I got into college, I had to pick a major. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I like math, I like science. And going to Spelman College, there weren't a ton of those majors. So I kind of had a small list to choose from. So it was either going to be a medical, engineering, and computer science was on that list. So I decided that I'd give a shot at computer science. Coding sound fun. And they had a program the semester before entering college for those that were in the computer science major. So that whole summer, I got to code. I got to learn how to code. We did some C
Cool.
sharp, and it nearly killed me. But I was like, all right, well, let's try first year, see how it goes. And it was definitely hard. There are nights I'm falling asleep in the computer lab trying to finish projects, but it was something about it at the same time. It was very rewarding. I felt like I got to solve problems, use my brain, creativity. It was really cool experience. Definitely challenging, but that's
Yeah.
kind of where it started for me.
Yeah, no, I love that call out. I'm a coder too, so I got when I moved back to Denver, or when I moved to Denver, I got my computer science degree and programming, and I love the problem solving. I love the coding, all of that. It was a fun brain activity of solving
Yes.
problem. Have you got Jason on coding at all? Like, is he a low code, no code guy yet?
Oh, and he's a C# programmer. You didn't know that, Bobby? No, I'm just kidding. Definitely kidding. He
It's
won't even
next on
look.
the list.
Bobby, I took him to this like a quick like meetup group where it was like for beginner coders and it was like HTML basics. And he was like so lost. He was like, no, I cannot do
Not
this.
my
That's
cup.
funny. Hey man, it's not for everybody. I mean, code is that's
Not.
why
I
when they came
tried
out with
though.
no code, low code, it was like, yeah, you'll get it, but not everybody's still going to want to do it. You still have to have some passion and desire and all those things that make you want to do it too. You've been like making the headlines. I love it. So I just saw you were honored this weekend. That was awesome. Maybe talk a
Yes.
little bit about that because that's just it's such an incredible honor.
Thank you. Yes, it's been truly a blessing for me and where I've come from to be able to be receiving awards. This is I don't know. It's just kind of happening out of nowhere for me, but really, I'm so grateful. This past award was received in Nashville for 2025 Enterprising Women of the Year Award. And there are about 100 women honored and recognized at this event in different income categories and revenue
Hmm.
categories. And it was just a phenomenal event. Enterprising Women is just like this powerful group of women that not only get honored, but like we come together for a conference and we all kind of share our experiences. Everyone was there to like help each other, lift each other up, inspire each other. Like I met other government contractors. Granted, there were no other Microsoft partners or anyone in my particular space, but other government contractors, IT, staffing, businesses, and just being able to like bounce ideas off to them, for them to pour into me. It was just really, really cool. The energy of
Yeah.
women that come together that are powerful, it was life changing.
That is, I mean, I agree with you. Those kind of conferences, I mean, I haven't been to one like that, but just, I mean, even going to the conferences we go to, they're empowering in their own way. You're just with your people and you're just talking about the thing you love, in work. And it's a great experience. And so that's just this micro piece of it.
Exactly.
that you've got to be a part of, which is awesome.
And I'll say Jason was my biggest cheerleader. He has always been, but he drove me from Orlando to Nashville for this conference because I didn't want to fly and take two planes. So he drove me, and it was the best time, best road trip. We listened to audiobooks on the way there. On the way back, I was asleep, so we didn't do that. But
Hey, you
and
you did a lot. You get the rest on the way back. I love road trips. I drove from Colorado to Virginia maybe 3 times during the
oh,
pandemic to avoid flying. It's a whole mom thing. She's got really bad health, so I didn't want to even think about any type of germ. But I love road tripping. It's awesome. I
it
mean,
is so fun.
yeah. Especially if you lean into it and you enjoy it. Like I ticked off all the like fun things along the way. Like where's the big ball of string? Where's the giant guy holding the ag? Whatever, all those goofy things that I could find along the way.
Yes. And another thing we enjoy too about road tripping is taking an RV. Like we've done that a couple times. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
the best ever.
yeah, yeah. No, I've never done that piece of it. Well, that's not true. I mean, I did. Um, when we were living back east, we flew out to my wife's from here, so we flew out here to meet her folks to go to the Grand Canyon. And do you know the movie National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yeah.
It was just like that. Her dad picked us up in a 1972 station wagon with wood paneling, no air conditioning. It was in the middle of July in the Grand Canyon. It was the worst, and it
God.
broke down like 6 times along the way. It kept
Oh my
breaking down. It was just it was a mess. It was a mess. So it would have been nice in an RV. It was
God.
not. We did, well, we digress. But it was. I think I'd love RV travel just across the
Yes.
country, just for fun. You can stop
Yes.
wherever. You just keep motivating through.
Yes.
I also saw, like I said, I did my peeping on you. Um, I love the authenticity. You put out a video a couple years ago, I think, introducing yourself. It's on your YouTube channel, and you mentioned a couple things. One, you mentioned you like rap music. I also resonated with that because when I was coding, I also listened to maybe not trap, but definitely electronica, like something that was just like dunk, 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 dunk. Yeah, just kind of because I can code, and I don't need the lyrics because if I got lyrics, I'm gonna start singing. If it's
Right.
rap, I'm gonna get up and start rapping. It's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden now I'm distracted. I'm not coding anymore.
That's awesome, Bobby. That's funny because I'm actually still trying to find that space, find that authenticity. And I would say just recently I've been embracing it and
Hmm.
have been walking toward that and feeling like God is pushing me to be out front, but in that
Yeah.
being out in front to be my true self because that's how I'll be able to help and impact the most people is if they see me as me and then they're able to see themselves as themselves in this space of tech. So I'm embracing it. For a while, I will be honest, I was hiding who I am, what I do,
Yeah.
just wanting to be in the background. Like nobody see me. I'm just gonna sit back here and code and make money. But like I really feel God is calling me to do and be much more than that. And I'm definitely I've been fighting it for a long time, but now really I feel like I've gotten over the kicking and screaming, and now I want to embrace it and really just see what happens, what how God works, and how He uses me in this space, because it can be very challenging to be a woman in tech, not just a woman, a minority woman in tech, and
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of um, things in the past that have messed with my psyche and my self-esteem of like not feeling good enough to be in the room,
Yeah.
having kind of this condescending moments from people like, hey, do you know enough, or just because of what I look like, questioning my abilities of
Right.
being that technical person in the room. And just really learning that, yeah, I might look different, but I have 24 years in tech and software development. And that means a lot. What I've done, what I've accomplished in my business and the companies I've helped, that stands for something. So I'm just really learning to embrace that, Bobby.
100%. And that's, I guess, the reason why I wanted to tell these stories. It's the reason why I'm glad Doug's created a diversity group to tell these stories because they're important. You pointed out beautifully. If people like you that are stepping out into the forefront, having that courage to do that, and the next generation, the next wave, see that they're less afraid. They're like, wow, I can do this. They're look at all these other folks out there that are doing this wherever, however they connect, whether it's female, minority, transgender, whatever the connection is, that they see people like themselves doing something that they want to do, or maybe they didn't think they could do for some reason.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yep.
just that getting over that barrier. That's again, it is, and there is a hurdle to get over, frankly, because you're bringing on a lot, putting yourself out there like that
Exactly.
to say, hey, like I said, here I am. But
Exactly.
I think it's one of those, once you do it and maybe you're feeling it already, it just, you start to run towards it. It's like, wow, yeah, why wasn't I doing this before?
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling that more and more, baby steps. But yeah, I for a long time, just I overthink things, overanalyze. What will they say? What do they think? And really just learning, like, I don't have to have it all figured out. I don't have to be perfect, but my voice needs to be heard. That's what I'm really
Yeah,
learning, to embrace my voice and to let it be heard.
yeah. I interviewed a gal who said, one of her big problems was because she was a woman coming up through tech, and she had a lot of great opportunities. She went to a college that had a great tech program she had a great opportunity within that even, but just feeling, even with all that, that she still had to be perfect. That if she
Yep.
wasn't perfect, that it just was, that was going to, so that was an, she said it actually helped her in some way, because now she's become a better, she is kind of looking for perfection, but still, you shouldn't have to feel that, for no reason other than, just because you're a woman or a minority in a
Yeah.
field that you're not, that's not normal. Not normal is not the right word, but not typical
Right.
for you to,
Exactly.
for people to have seen you in.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
now I'm going to ask, what is your favorite rap? Like, do you have a favorite rapper or a favorite? You mentioned trap, but but as far as rap goes, like if you're putting on, we have a station here in Denver. I love it's a nonprofit or whatever that's called, station that just runs almost commercial free, and it's really good R&B rap. It's got old school, it's got new. It's a really cool station that just vibes the whole time.
That's awesome. That's so funny. I don't think I don't know favorite, because like I would just, my playlist is full of like old and new, and it's just kind of like what's there, whatever's
Yeah,
out at the time. Do I have a favorite?
You used to like that song by what's that guy from New York, man? I forgot his name. You would play that over and over again.
Uh,
I
get
forgot
stuck
his
on one
name.
song like me. Yeah, I always get stuck, like
yeah.
for a while. It's like I played Hamilton for like 2 years straight, and that's all I listened to. It was like, get stuck on one thing, and that could be it for a while.
You know what's funny though, Abby? Like I like trap music because I'm from Detroit, but also I like all kinds of music. Like it's so funny because I'll be playing like some country music, and
She loves it.
he'll be like,
She
what?
loves it.
Yeah,
We was just in Nashville. I'm like, yo, you
Yep.
will go crazy here.
yeah, I want to
Yeah,
hear it.
I love all music. I do actually love all music too. For the most part, I mean, there's little bits and pieces here I might not care about, but for the most part, it depends on my mood. I pretty much like all music.
Exactly.
When she was working in previous, she would have a lot of meetings, and in the meetings, it would be a lot of males, and it would be majority Caucasian males, and she's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I have anything in common with them, and after she would listen to all these country music songs, and I'm like, yo, why you don't tell them you listen to that? They would love to know you know those songs.
You mentioned the imposter syndrome as well, and you mentioned it again here. Do you still feel that? I'll just, as a kind of a point of reference, as we started and you started talking about the Enterprising Woman Award, I almost felt you were kind of edging towards that, kind of, did I deserve this? And from what I've known of you, in this short time, feels like you're very deserving. And I know we're the hardest critics on ourselves. Do you still feel like that imposter syndrome is living with you, or is it easing out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
funny.
Yes, right. Drop kick it out.
Shut it all out of here. We're winners over here. Nothing
Right.
but winners.
That's funny. Yeah, I do. I still feel it. I did feel it in the room, and I actually there was a smaller group of women that I got to have dinner with, and I shared that in the room, and actually that in that room, I actually teared up. Like it was a very emotional time for me, but it was really great to get that out, and like, and there's just the encouragement from the women there, like, yes, you belong here. This is. And so I think it is leaving me piece by piece. And what I'm realizing too is it might be something that it may be there, but I'll have to learn how to like dance with it and like, you know, tame it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, and like kick those thoughts out of my head because
Yeah.
like you said, like I'll never be perfect, and if I keep thinking I have to be perfect, like you don't start. So I'm really on this mindset of like, let's just go, like do it. Even if you do it wrong, like take risks. It's okay. Fail forward. I've always been afraid to fail. Like, no, I don't want to do it if I'm going to fail. Like, but no, that's a part of learning. And this guy right here helps me all the time because he's not afraid to take risks or fail.
I could tell he's a
And
good cheerleader. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it, right here.
yes, I wish I could take whatever is in his heart, and he could take my mind and put it like switch. But you know, it's this way for a reason. But I'm really learning to step into that fearlessness, and really kick out the fear.
I got an idea. I think what we need to do is plan a trip, take a trip, and don't plan anything. Just go. Find a hotel when we get there. Find what to do when we get there because
I
she
love it.
is so good at everything. Has to be lined up before we go. We got to find out where we're eating, what time we're eating, where we're going to stay, what we're going to do, how far is it from the hotel, what's on the menu, what the food looks like. No, let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go. We'll figure it
That's
out there.
hard though, man. That's hard to break away from this kind of planning mindset. I went to Ireland a couple years ago. It's been almost 10 years ago now. And I planned every day out. I planned the day we didn't do it. It's like today's the day we don't do anything day. So I even planned that day out. It's like, so it's like, even though it was not do anything day, it was still planned. Like it's still
Yeah,
in there.
that is me.
Yeah. I mean,
Just gotta be
it's hard just to get out
spontaneous.
there and just on the open road and just with no plans. But I'm getting
Yeah.
better at that too. I'm trying to ease myself up. And I was talking to Stephanie Levinskas, who is a change management expert. She was also talking about imposter syndrome, and she said exactly what you said, which is she's learning to, buddy up with this imposter thing. It's like, and even it's like you're the big brother, big sister, older sibling mentality. Like, yeah, I know you're here, but you're just kind of annoying, and every once in a while you might poke me, but it's fine. I'm not letting you rule me. So I love that it's that tide is tipping for you too.
Yeah, just point it in the right in a different direction. No,
That's
don't
right.
sit
It's
by
like, yeah,
me. Go
turn it,
sit by
move
him
it,
over
and
there.
out.
Hey, hey, go sit by that person over there. Don't sit by me. Get away from there. I belong at the table.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Just keep telling yourself that because yeah, and to your point, I think I feel the same thing. Like as people, if somebody can congratulate, I feel the same imposter. It's like, yeah, it's like I don't know. I feel pretty normal. I don't feel like I should deserve this, but just like you said, leaning into it and knowing that yeah, that you're doing good in the world is a good thing.
Hey,
That's awesome.
Um, I do have to wrap up. And anything else that we didn't talk about, I'd love to give you the chance to, get anything off your mind that you'd love to share with anybody, that's watching. I'm happy to be able to have the conversation with y'all and looking forward to seeing you again. Jason, you'll be in Chicago.
yeah, man. Listen,
Awesome.
I'm attached. I'm not.
I
I
love
gotta
it.
keep cheering her. Come on, you
Yeah.
got this. I just
I
want to
was
say,
starting to
like,
say
when you,
when we broke up before, um, when I reached out to Jay to do this, I didn't make the connection right away. And Molly said, "Oh yeah, they were in Denver," and then and that's when she said, "Yeah, her husband works with her, and maybe that would be a good thing to talk to them about." And I was like, "Wait a second, I bet it's that couple I talked to for in the expo area."
Yep.
You guys were
yeah,
heading up to the Nuggets game. Good, I think they won that night. It was like a really good game.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
One of the
exciting.
best games ever.
Yes.
yeah.
I'll say this
So
real quick. I'm such a huge fan of her and I believe in her so much. I've been procrastinating and pushing an idea. Let's just go to Microsoft and tell them you know how to work on Microsoft Dynamics 365 and tell them everything what you know because technically I feel like it wasn't created for you and you figured it out and you learned it. African American female from Detroit. I can't go nowhere in Detroit and pick people that we've been around that do what she does, let alone from Louisiana. And I feel that way it wasn't created. You know, when you get in there and you figure it out, I think they would want to know what did you do to figure it out to get in there. But when we went to Doug in Denver, we joined the ladies group and they said that they need data They would want to know that, but they need data. How long
Mm,
did it take you? You know, where did you learn and how did you study? Who did you pick it up from? So with that data, yeah, they would love to listen. And thank you for putting
awesome.
us on your platform.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. Like I said, I'm happy we got to do it. Jade, anything you'd like to add or anything that we missed talking about?
No, this was awesome, Bobby. Yeah, I'm grateful for this opportunity to chat with you and share my story. I would just want to encourage other women, really anyone, but any minority women that are looking to get into tech and may not know what direction to go in. Just start and reach out if you need help, inspiration. But I just really want to encourage others that look like me to say like, hey, you can do this, and if I did it, you can do it. And really just don't let anything stand in your way, especially your mindset and your mental.
And last
I
but
love
not
that.
least, if you need any software development work on your CRM system, Microsoft Dynamics, make sure you get
Oh,
with Simcore Solutions.
ABCs always be, was it always be, closing. I love it.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
We couldn't have wrapped it up any more beautifully. Thank you so much again. My pleasure.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yep.
Bye.